You know those large church buildings you see when driving down the road? So much money is spent building something that only gets used once or twice a week, when that money could be better spent somewhere else in strengthening the kingdom of God. Hello, my name is Tim Steele, and a few years ago I was a typical pastor who thought beautiful church buildings were necessary to reach people for Christ. But I don't think that way anymore. When you watch this short video, you'll discover that the New Testament church spread through Asia and Europe and turned the world upside down without spending one penny on a building. They used their resources to focus on people who had physical and spiritual needs. My view began to change when a pastor friend of mine shared a request from the mission field about a Christian chief from a nomadic tribe in northern Africa who needed a well. This tribe followed green pastures for their goat and sheep herds. With a well, they could stay in one place and bring teachers for their children, which would give them more opportunities in life. I raised nearly $10,000 to dig the well. Not enough for the entire project, but a good start. Then the water well project was put on hold. What happened? The roof of my pastor friend's church had a leak that was going to cost nearly $200,000 to fix. And that was their new priority, not the well. I thought, there has to be a better way. So I read everything in the Bible about the early church. I realized that I could no longer blindly follow the crowd and support bigger and bigger church buildings that are getting more expensive to build, insure, and maintain. If the kingdom of God is going to expand, we need to go back to the first century strategy of church. All my life I've been taught that real church happened on a Sunday in a building we called church. What I discovered in the Bible was that the church was a community of believers who met together to learn about God and live out life together. I finally saw the church in the New Testament way. A building was not necessary. The early church must have thought that buildings got in the way of ministry too, because during the first and second centuries, there's no mention of a church building in the New Testament, nor have any ruins been found in archaeology. For instance, the Bible tells us that on the day of Pentecost, over 3,000 people became followers of Christ. However, there's no record of anyone wanting to build or buy a building. Instead, they divided up into groups and met in each other's homes as they shared a meal and studied the Bible together. Again, the Bible tells us that in the city of Antioch, Paul and Barnabas taught large crowds of people, and yet no building was purchased. Again, they met in each other's homes. The Apostle Paul said in Acts 17:24 that God doesn't live in man-made temples. Meeting in homes moves money and emphasis away from a mortgage and towards ministry. Crosswaves was started to create that relational church environment that resembles the New Testament church. Historically, there's one main weakness with churches meeting in homes: distorted Bible teaching. These small groups typically cannot afford to hire an educated Bible teacher. Crosswaves has fixed this problem by bringing doctrinally sound Bible teaching by seminar-trained pastors into people's homes through the internet. Each week, Crosswaves Church uploads an easy-to-understand Bible message to its website, along with discussion questions and sing-along worship music. Then, you watch the message on your TV. We make hosting a Crosswaves home group easy, so you can put your energy into creating a no-judgment zone environment where people feel safe to talk openly about Christ. Crosswaves Church provides a structure where your home group is part of a bigger community, and we can do more together, like sending out short-term missionary teams and serving together at community events. Crosswaves Church makes it easier for your non-church-going friends to accept your invitation to come and study the Bible. Since most of our home groups meet during the week, it's more convenient for your friends to attend. I've started to think like a New Testament Christian, and I'm no longer allowing buildings to get in the way of sharing Christ. Will you do the same? Join the No Buildings, Just People campaign. Someone from Crosswaves will contact you and show you how easy it is to have church in your own home. We look forward to partnering with you as we serve Christ together.